Hi guys, namaste, welcome to the channel, and in today's video I wanted to talk about an experience that happened to me a couple of weeks ago regarding my YouTube process, and as a result I thought it would be best to make a video on it to let you guys know. So if you are a new YouTuber, if you are a micro influencer, or if you're someone who's thinking about starting YouTube, then stay tuned for the rest of the video because I am sure that I have information for you that is going to make your YouTube creation process easier. So, without wasting any further time, let's sail away. So, before I get started on what happened to me, I want to say this. In today's YouTube platform, it is not just enough for you to create a video and post it on YouTube, dust your hands, and be like, I'm done. Given how competitive YouTube is today with people uploading maybe millions and millions of videos every single day, you have to do more. And I mean more than just editing or creating your content. You might have to spend double that time into promoting your videos, promoting your channels. And there are two ways you can do it. You can do it the paid way, where you spend your money, or you can do it the free way, where you don't spend money, but you're gonna have to spend extra time because, again, you are not spending money into promoting your YouTube videos or YouTube channel. Some of the free ways in which you can promote your videos and or your channel for free is to find forums such as Reddit, Facebook subgroups that caters to your niche. People who have the same interest as you might be tempted to click on your channel or click on your video and check you out. But that is not easy in itself. Remember, the same subreddit groups in which you're posting your videos or your channel, and the same groups in which you're posting on Facebook, other people who share the same interests as you or the same niche as you are probably doing the same thing. So again, there is competition on that level too. Maybe not as big as YouTube's, but there is again some level of competition where your page or your YouTube video has to stand out when compared to others. So how do you get someone's attention in these free subreddits or free Facebook subgroups? Engage with your audience. Talk to them, maybe support another creator so they give you shout outs, or just be active in that subreddit group. Help them out. People might have questions. That involves a lot of time because you have to participate in that subreddit group or in that Facebook group in order for people to come and check you out. So again, like I mentioned, since you are not spending money, you will have to spend another entity, which is your time, in order to promote your channel. So what is the other way? The other way is to spend money. But what do you spend money on? What is legal and what is allowed by YouTube for you to spend money on or to give your money so that your videos are promoted? Now, I'm gonna say this, and I have tried, tested, and researched on some of the legit and illegitimate ways in which you can promote your channel. You can pay these bot companies who are basically gonna send bot views, bot subscribers in order to push up your stats. You can also spend time on pages such as Facebook or Reddit where you do like a sub for sub or a like for like. Again, no real audience engagement. It is just tricks that will make your overall YouTube page look good. But when someone dives deep and goes into the analytics of your YouTube channel, they'll see that maybe you have a whole ton of subscribers, but not enough viewers on a certain video, not enough comments or not enough likes. There is no audience engagement, just a whole lot of fluff. But let that not discourage you, because there are actually legal, legitimate ways in which you can spend your money. That is, if you want to invest money into promoting your YouTube channel. And the most safest way to do it is to use Google Ads. Now, it's needless to say why it's safe. Google owns YouTube, so Google Ads is the safest way to promote your channel. As you can see on screen, I exclusively use Google Ads to promote my videos. Every time I'm done with a video and I upload it on YouTube, I actually go to Google Ads right away, and I used some preset parameters that I have for my campaign settings, and I just update the video links and make sure that the thumbnail is good to go. I even have a predetermined budget that I have for each video that I put up. So I just make sure that all my settings are there the way it's supposed to be, and I just upload or I just publish my Google Ads. This hardly takes me an extra 5-10 minutes, but again, since I'm not spending a lot of time in promoting my YouTube video, I'm actually spending money. Now, I'm not going to share my settings with you because my settings might not work for you, and I don't consider myself an expert to give you advice. What I would suggest is that you do your own research on YouTube, because there are some people who've actually broken down how to get the most out of Google Ads. The only suggestion I would give is don't just look at one video and be like, that is what I want my settings to be, my campaign settings, but try and play around. Try and look at a couple of videos. Maybe the settings on one video, you could use it for part of it. So it could be a mixture, because everyone has their own way on what they think is the best campaign settings. So some things might work for you, some things you might feel comfortable with, some things you might not be comfortable with. So do your research. In this way, when you actually are in the campaign settings, you can tweak and you can do what you want to do in order to customize your YouTube marketing campaigns. So that being said, what actually happened? So a couple of weeks ago, Emmanuel and I visited the Museum of Life and Science located here in Durham, North Carolina. I got enough footage to the point where I thought that, hey, I can make 2 videos out of it, and I'm so glad that I did. But I was uploading part 1, and as usual, like I'd mentioned, I finished my video, uploaded it. I went on my Google Ads, I uploaded my campaign settings, and boom, I thought I was done. But then I wake up the next day and I find out that Google Ads had sent me an email saying that my campaign was disapproved. And the reason for the disapproval was sensitive events. At this point, I was really surprised because I thought, what is sensitive about a father and a son having a good time in a museum? And I was trying to scratch my head around it. But whenever Google does send you an email like this saying that, hey, your Google ad is disapproved, you actually can log into your Google Ads account and you can go to the resolution center to see what is needed. A little bit later down the line, when I uploaded part 2, I realized that in my description for the part 1 of the museum visit, I actually used the word COVID. So, lesson number 1, if you are making a video and you want to mention the pandemic, I would strongly suggest that you don't use the word coronavirus or COVID in your description. We might be thinking that when you use it in the title, it might go into the sensitive events, but even mentioning it in the description might put your whole video into the sensitive events category. And the way I know this is for part 2 of the museum visit, I used the exact same settings, but I omitted the word COVID or coronavirus, and it was approved. Because I wasn't able to use my normal avenue to promote my YouTube videos, I started looking at other options. Now, I have used Sprizzy before, and basically what Sprizzy does is it takes your video, it goes to Google Ads, and then it just does the same process again. So something that you could do, Sprizzy does it for you. Apparently, they understand how to set the campaigns better than anybody else. They are professionals who do it. They have a system, so that works. Again, they are not using a different platform or a different software. They are actually just using Google Ads. The caveat to using something like Sprizzy is the budget that you would normally spend on Google Ads directly. If you spend the same budget on Sprizzy, you will get less views because, for example, let's say you spend $25 on Google Ads to promote a video. When you look at the tab where it says how many impressions it's gonna get, it's about the 3,000 mark. So as you can see, the amount you spend on Google will generate more views versus the amount you spend on Sprizzy. Most likely because the $25 that you spend on Sprizzy to promote your video is not being applied all in your video. Part of it is taken as their commission or their cut. Now the other service that I mentioned, Promota, I would stay away from them as much as possible. With Promota, they said that they use Google Ads. So I wanted to try them out because they seemed a little bit cheaper or more affordable than Sprizzy. So I go over there and I put part one of my video and I'm like, okay, do your thing. Show me that you're better than Sprizzy. Unfortunately, when the campaign got approved and Promota sent me a video saying, hey, your campaign has started, within a day, I got results saying that the campaign had ended. And I went onto my video and I saw that my video has 2,000 views. That kind of struck me wrong because even though Sprizzy takes a cut of your money, they do it the legitimate way. You see that when you upload your video and you go onto Sprizzy, you set up your campaign or you set your budget, Sprizzy actually says that, hey, we might take 2 to 4 days because we will be sending our campaign to get approved, and once it comes back, your campaign is running, your video is being promoted, and you'll see the little trickle in viewership go up. Now with Promota, apparently all the views just came in at one time, which made me feel uncomfortable because it seemed more bottish than actual viewers. To be clear, I'm not saying that Promota is all bad, but first impressions are the best impressions, and the first impressions that I got from Promota, I am iffy about using them again. Remember, Google is very strict on how you promote your videos and what sort of engagement you are getting on your videos. Obviously, the expectation and the standard is that you get real live engagement. Keyword real. So while there are services out there that will cater to your needs, that might make you a superstar overnight, remember that you are leaving breadcrumbs for your failure if you do choose to take those paths. So what's the moral of the story? Stay away from services that seem fishy. Do not put yourself in harm's way. Do not put your channel and the hard work in jeopardy. Use services like Google Ads. I strongly suggest Google Ads if you do want to spend your money and promote your videos. I wouldn't even suggest Sprizzy because do some research and you can squeeze every single last cent towards your channel. If you want to do it for free, go to Reddit, go to Facebook groups, make a blog. There are so many other ways in which you can invest your time instead of money and promote your channel. Each has its pros and each has its cons. So what is comfortable for you, find it out. And again, stay away from scams. Stay away from services that might seem legitimate, but again, could hurt you in the long run. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope this video was helpful. It's more of a cautionary video than a family-oriented video. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and remember, there's always more.